Imagine a thriving, fast-paced industry suddenly stops moving. Overnight, the rules of the market rewrite themselves, and the stability everyone relied on disappears. When this happens, you will see two distinct reactions. The vast majority of people will freeze or panic. Right beside them, a small group stays calm, adapting to the new reality without missing a beat. That composure isn't a natural gift, not a byproduct of luck, and not a fancy job title or a corner office. Surviving a volatile professional landscape requires a deliberate, continuously maintained advantage. It requires building an eternal edge. This graph illustrates a standard career trajectory hitting a wall. That rigid horizontal line is the saturation point. It marks the exact moment an individual stops actively acquiring new information and habits. You can spot the symptoms of this phase easily. A person hits this point when they start relying only on whatever worked in the past, putting off learning anything new. Once this stagnation sets in, professional growth stops. Meanwhile, the industry keeps moving. As the gap widens, the individual is left exposed to the next major market shift. Avoiding obsolescence means treating skill development as a continuous necessity. The moment you stop learning is the moment you begin engineering your own career failure. Building that defense mechanism is accessible to everyone. We moved from an era where knowledge was locked inside physical locations to a reality where entire disciplines are available on our screens. But access alone produces no real leverage. A downloaded course or an unread book does nothing without active, deliberate participation from the person holding it. The learning process demands specific psychological inputs. It requires patience and a streak of consistency over months and years, even when progress feels slow. When you consistently apply those inputs, learning becomes a mechanical process. It predictably generates real-world leverage, whether you are climbing the ladder as an employee or carving out your own path as a freelancer. Lifelong learning is an active mechanical engine that converts your daily effort into tangible career security. Consider a typical office where two employees sit side by side. Both have similar backgrounds, but their professional trajectories are about to diverge. The worker who has hit their saturation point relies only on what they already know. As the company adopts new tools, they are bypassed for promotions and slowly lose their relevance. This diagram shows the point of divergence. The flat bottom timeline belongs to the stagnant worker, while the top branching timeline represents the worker who spends their time actively acquiring a complex skill, like mastering a new programming language or becoming fluent in a foreign language. That specific knowledge translates directly into leverage. It becomes the deciding factor that secures a workplace promotion, or it provides the foundation for an independent freelance income. In a knowledge economy, evolving your skill set is the only insurance policy against job displacement. It acts as a direct multiplier for your earning potential. This mechanic applies to the physical world too. In the agricultural sector, farmers are currently facing intense environmental pressures. If a farmer relies only on legacy methods passed down for decades, they guarantee their own failure when hit by harsh weather patterns or rapid economic shifts. A farmer who refuses to hit that saturation point takes a proactive approach. They research and adopt new, data-driven agricultural techniques to adapt to the changing soil. This bar chart shows the result of that learning. The stagnant bars on the left show the low output of traditional methods, while the spike on the right shows how adopting modern techniques leads directly to a higher crop yield. The advantage of continuous learning is universal. It has the power to transform harsh environments and increase raw output across any sector. Beyond technical ability, this engine produces a specific byproduct, a shift in how you handle the unknown. Faced with a complex emergency, the typical human reaction is avoidance. We are wired to turn away from a problem that feels too large to handle. But a lifelong student has already spent years repeatedly facing things they don't understand and figuring them out. Because they have already solved hundreds of small technical puzzles in their studies, they view a large-scale crisis as a problem to be analyzed rather than a reason to panic. This learned confidence is the mechanism that allows them to stand firm during a disruption, while others are overwhelmed. This process has no graduation day. There is no point where you know enough to stop. It is a pursuit that must continue as long as you are able to learn. Engaging in that pursuit gives a purpose to your daily routine, ensuring that your mind never has the opportunity to stagnate. The world will never stop becoming more complex. Because of that, your capacity to learn and adapt must be your primary defense mechanism. True security and forward momentum aren't given to those who wait for things to settle down. They are guaranteed only to those who commit to being lifelong students.